Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another 10 pens currently inked for this week. I think let's go through these briefly one by one. We'll go through them in a little bit more detail and then we'll do a writing sample. So from left to right we have the Mr. Cypress, and this is the Raden Dragon. We have a TWICO Seishu Dragon in red, a TWICO Seishu Dragon in green. We have an Onoto, and this is the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition in silver trim and silver gilding. We have the same pen but in gold trim and gold gilding. We have the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2024 edition. We have a JD brand X550 in blue, and this has the Mike Green number 8 section on it. And also we have it in green as well. We also have the Montblanc, and this is the LePetit Prince Aviator Solitaire Doué. And we have the Montblanc Writer's Edition Brothers Grimm. So I think let's take a look at these pens inked up in a little bit more detail. So this is the very beautiful and stunning, and this is the Mr. Cypress Raden Dragon. Now this is done out of, created out of lots of abalone shell, and you can see sometimes it's a strip and sometimes it's just a very small piece. But this is absolutely stunning. It really is a beautiful work of art, and so glad I was able to add this to my collection when I did. I do still wonder whether or not I maybe should get the larger version, but this is large enough for me. You've got a little bit of a wind here on the cap finial, and also on the end cap or blind cap there. And if I unscrew it, you've got this bit of a section here going on with abalone shell, and you've got a number 6 size, and this is a 14 karat gold medium nib. You can't post a cap on this; it's not designed to do so. It is a cartridge converter pen, and I love writing with this. It is a beauty to write with. As with the TWICO Seishu Dragons, and I've got one here in red. The difference being this is more of a pronounced sort of macchie going on here, but you've also got abalone shell in the dragon's eyes as well, which really light up, that you can see there. It's really beautiful, but you can feel all of this pattern is raised, even though it's got a ruchy lacquer over the top of it, but it really, really looks and feels really, really nice. This is a prototype. I didn't get the limited edition version. I could have done. I went with the prototype, and that's a Yovo 14 karat gold number 6 medium nib there. But it is a really nice pen. Again, cartridge converter, just like the Mr. Cypress pen. I do like dragons, and I do like Urushi, and I do like macchie. So from that perspective, I think these pens do speak to me. I have another TWICO Seishu Dragon here, but in green. Very glad, though, again, like you can see the abalone shell here, that they light up the eyes there. Very lucky, though, that they didn't have this commissioned in any other colours. Otherwise, I would have ended up buying them. It's a beautiful pen. Seishu, the artisan, really did good work. And this is a Yovo 14 karat gold number 6 nib. 50%. This is a Yovo 14 karat gold medium nib, number 6 size nib, and it's just a really good size in my hand. I can't post the cap, but I don't need to. Again, cartridge converter on these pens as well. So from that perspective, I do like writing with that pen. We have the Onoto, and this is the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition in silver trim, silver gilding, with this lovely brown tortoiseshell look here. Really, really stunning. I do, again, like this pen. I like the sort of ivy scroll work, Christmassy sort of scroll work here. You've got a Onoto coin finial there. Again, it's a cartridge converter pen. Onoto do a number 7 size nib, so this is a number 7 size 18 karat gold medium nib. Cartridge converter, but I can post the cap on this. So if that's something you'd like to do, then you can definitely post the cap. We also have the same Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition, but in the gold trim and gold gilding. Again, it's got this tortoiseshell sort of resin. It's diffusion bonded acrylic. Really, really nice. Again, Onoto coin finial there. But I do like this a lot. So Onoto number 7 size 18 karat gold medium nib there. Write's quite wet. I can post the cap if I want to. Not that I normally do. It's still a decent size if I don't post the cap. Cartridge converter. And I just like Onotos. I like that they... At the moment, the gold nibs are Bock. I don't know if that may change in the future, but the steel nibs are Yovo now. But the gold nibs are definitely Bock, and they do write wet, and I do like wet writing nibs. I also have this one inked up, which is a new edition, which is the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol. This is a 2024 edition. And I just love this lovely red themed pen. Also, the silver overlay here on the cap. You've got green enamel painting here as well. And also some red berries here as well. Beautiful Onoto. And I got number 4 of 24. Only 24 made worldwide. So these are very limited edition ones. A number 7 size Onoto 18 karat gold medium nib. And again, if I wanted to, I can post that cap. If I don't, then it's still a decent size in my hand. It's not too short. So again, these are nice pens, and they do look a bit shorter compared to some of these longer pens, but I do find they are very comfortable. Now, the next pen inked up is what's called a JD or brand X550. I know some sellers are confusing it as Jinhao when it's not. I think probably because of the X550 model name. It's basically a Chinese knockoff of a Pilot Custom Urushi. It's resin, but what I do have here is I have a number 8 size Jinhao 9019 nib. Now, you cannot put those into this pen directly. You do have to get a section made, and I had 2 sections made from Mike Green, who is a pen maker in the US. And if I unscrew the section here, you'll see that I also have a very large sort of Jinhao 9019 converter on there. I just think that this makes this pen look the piece. Yes, it wrote fine with a number 6 size nib, but I think the number 8 size nib is so much better. So I have that one inked up today, this week. And then I have also the same JD brand X550 in green. I still don't yet have the mustard version. But again, you can see that number 8 size nib. Both of these are medium nibs. Again, very large converter. This is a large pen. It's in terms of length and also in girth. And you can post that cap as well. It's heavy as well. But these are beautiful pens. And they weren't that expensive. I think they were about... I'm trying to think now. I think they were about £45, $45. So from that perspective, it's a really good deal. I think if you go to get the section from Mike Green, that's another $50. So, but still, it's definitely, I think, worth it personally if you like large nibs. The next pen inked up is the Montblanc LePetit Prince Aviator Solitaire Doué, and I purchased this, it was about a year ago, and I still love this pen a lot. I was worried about maybe that stitching. It's a leather cap here, or leather overlay on the cap. I was worried about that stitching maybe snagging and cutting, but I've not had any issues with this whatsoever. The pen is made of platinum, I think. and it's a piston filling pen. These are the only two pens, this one and the next one from Montblanc, that are piston filling. I've got a number 6 size 18 karat gold medium nib there. It's a decent size pen. You can't post the cap on this one, unfortunately, but I don't feel the need. It's actually a decent size pen. It's a decent weight pen as well. And then the last pen I have inked up is the Montblanc Writer's Edition. And this is the Brothers Grimm. It's one I always wanted. Again, I picked it up about a year ago. It really is a nice pen. I saw it on Cult Pens ages ago. And then I got to try one from a friend who had one. And I liked it. That was one of the pen shows in the UK. And then at that point, I decided, because I got it for a good deal, I would buy this one. So this has a number 6 size Montblanc 18 karat gold nib. Again, you cannot post that cap. Most of these Montblanc Writers Editions or special editions, you cannot post the caps on. But to be honest, I'm not a cap poster, so it doesn't bother me too much. So for me, that still is a really good size pen, really good weight pen as well. So I think with that, let's now go and do a writing sample. So the first pen inked up is the Mr. Cypress Raden Dragon. So we'll do an ink swatch here. And I love how this nib writes. It is a Cypress nib. Cypress nibs are made by Kanwai in India. But this is one of the more bouncier nibs that I have from Cypress or Kanwai. So this is a Mr. Cypress. And it's the Raden Dragon. And it's a medium. And it's a 14 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is diamond graphite. And I'm actually running out of ink. Can I? Oh, look at this. Can I get enough out of this? I'm going to dip it in some water. I probably will not want to ink this one back up. So let's do this graphite. There you go. I can just coax a little bit more out of that nib. And yes, it is empty. So another one for me to clean out and put back and bring another pen into my weekly rotation, I think. The next pen inked up is a TWICO Seishu Dragon in red. So we'll do an ink swatch. Again, another bouncy nib. I do find these nibs sing a little bit on these TWICO Seishu Dragon nibs. So this is a TWICO. Oh, don't run out on me either. TWICO Seishu Dragon in red. And it's a medium. And it's a 14 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is KWZ Thief's Red. And I think it's just the angle I was writing at there with that nib. The next pen inked up is another TWICO Seishu Dragon, but in green. So we'll do an ink swatch here again. And this isn't a bad ink. I think I am running out of that ink a little bit. Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm pretty much not quite running on fumes, but there's not a lot of ink left in there. So let's, I'm sure I can get through this. So this is a TWICO Seishu Dragon in green. And it's a medium. And it's a 14 karat gold Yovo nib. And the ink in here is KWZ Grass Green. And I think these two are going to be pens that I will probably flush out, clean out, and put back into storage. The next pen inked up is the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition. And this is the silver trim and silver gilding. So we'll do an ink swatch. And I do like this a lot. This is the Onoto. I'll abbreviate it to Christmas Carol 2023. It's medium. It's an 18 karat gold nib, made by Bock for Onoto, and the ink in here is diamine graphite, which is a nice grey ink. The next pen inked up again is another Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition. The difference being that this is in gold trim and gold gilding. So we'll do an ink swatch. And the nib on here and the ink, it actually writes quite wet. It's an Onoto. Again, I'll abbreviate to Christmas Carol 2023 in a medium 18 karat gold Bock nib for Onoto, and the ink is Herbin Amber de Bermony. That is again a very nice colour. I think it matches the tortoiseshell in that pen. The next pen is the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2024 edition. And I do wonder what the 2025 edition will be like. I didn't think that they would be doing a silver cap on the 2024 edition, so that was quite a surprise to me, and I have to say I am loving it. So this is, again, abbreviated Onoto Christmas Carol. And it's the 2024. It's a medium and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is diamine. Ho, ho, ho. And I probably could put maybe another red ink in there, but to be honest, I am liking that red ink a lot. The next pen inked up is the JD or brand X550. So we will do an ink swatch here. And this is a nice writing nib. It's a Jinhao nib in this one. So this is the JD brand X550. And it's a medium and it's a still Jinhao nib. And the ink in here is Franklin Christoph, and it's Spanish blue. But that, I really like how that feels in my hand, and also how that pen writes as well. The next pen is another JD brand X550, but in green. And I'm still trying to resist the sort of yellow colour, sort of mustardy colour one. So this, we'll do an ink swatch here. But again, I've got a number 8 size Jinhao nib, 1919 nib in here. From Mike Green, the actual section that is, and the filling mechanism as well, the converter. So this is a JD brand X550 in a medium still 1919 nib, and the ink in here is KWZ Grass Green, which is a favourite green of mine. Very different in this colour here on the TWICO Seishu Dragon in green, but I think that's because I'm running low. The next pen inked up is the Montblanc LePetit Prince Aviator Solitaire Doué. Beautiful pen, and very glad that I picked this up when I did. It's opened the floodgates for more Montblancs, unfortunately for me. But there aren't that many more Montblancs that I really like the look of, and if I do, the prices are pretty high, so I'm probably not going to look at buying those. So this is the Montblanc, and it's the LePetit Prince. It's a Solitaire Aviator Doué. I'm not going to fit that in there. It's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is, I want to say Montblanc Toffee Brown. It's not. Oh, come on, Dave. What's this coloured ink? It's KWZ. There you go. Nuki Brown. It's a UK pen show. Oh, it might help if I can put a W instead of an N. But it's a UK pen show exclusive ink. Nuki Brown for Newcastle Brown for the Newcastle Pen Show. I don't know if they have many of those bottles of ink left anymore, but I do have a few of those inks, so I won't be running out anytime soon. And then the last pen here is the Montblanc, and this is the Writer's Edition Brothers Grimm. So we'll do an ink swatch here. And again, another nice writing Montblanc nib. And the way I say that, it kind of surprises me, but I've had a 149 which wrote very nicely in an extra final fine nib. And I also have a 146 in a double board, which doesn't write very well. So that, I guess that's why it surprises me a little bit. But this is the Montblanc Writer's Edition Brothers Grimm. And it's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is diamine graphite. But again, I do like how that nib writes. So I think let's take a look at these pens inked up one more time. We have a Mr. Cypress Raden Dragon in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with diamine graphite. We have a TWICO Seishu Dragon in red in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with KWZ Thief's Red. We have a TWICO Seishu Dragon in green in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with KWZ Grass Green. We have an Onoto, and this is a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with diamine graphite. We have an Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2023 edition in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Herban Amber de Bermanie. We have an Onoto Christmas Carol 2024 edition in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with diamine Ho Ho Ho. We have a JD brand X550 in a medium steel nib inked up with Franklin Christoph Spanish Blue. We have another JD brand X550 in a medium steel nib inked up with KWZ Grass Green. We have a Montblanc LePetit Prince Aviator Solitaire Doué in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with KWZ Nuki Brown. And then last but not least, we have the Montblanc Writer's Edition Brothers Grimm in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with diamine graphite. So there you have it. That's my 10 pens currently inked up for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.